This morning, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it remains a serious issue, not just here in Illinois, but across the country. Nationally, someone is sexually assaulted nearly every 68 seconds. In Illinois, an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 assaults are reported every year, and many survivors never even come forward out of fear or just a lack of support. And there is a local organization that's dedicated to offering that support. It's called the Z Center. And joining us now is the Director of Development, Lakeisha Lockett. Lakeisha, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Really
glad to have you here to talk about how this issue of survivors not even coming forward. What are the main reasons you're seeing for that? Why are they not speaking up?
Well, what happens a lot of times is that survivors don't come forward, one, out of fear, and oftentimes when survivors do come forward, they're still faced with disbelief. They're faced with questions about their actions. Why did they wait so long to come forward? So those are some of the reasons that survivors hesitate to come forward, and it really stops them from getting the healing that they need and getting the support that they need.
And how does the Z Center help with this?
So one of the things that we do is we have a prevention education program with our schools, and part of that, outside of teaching healthy boundaries and healthy relationships and consent, we also teach young people where to go for support and who to contact if they need help, and just letting them know that people are there to support them. We also have several outreach programs where we're out in the community letting people know about us, about our services, and that we're here to support them 24/7, and that we believe them and that we hear them.
And one of the things we know about is the trauma that happens and that is experienced during this incident doesn't just stop after. You also talk about, and there are a lot of long-term effects. What are some of those effects?
Well, it's important to realize that although survivors have similar experiences, the way it affects them is different for each person, but some of the effects are dealing with feelings of shame, dealing with depression, sleep disorders, eating disorders, PTSD, and unfortunately a lot of survivors may have thoughts of suicide as well. So those are some of the long-term effects that happen when someone has experienced sexual violence or sexual abuse.
And if a workplace or school community is watching this and they truly do want to move from just awareness, especially in the month of April here as we talk about this, to impactful, tangible steps to action, what are some better ways that they can support survivors?
Well, one, it always starts with believing a survivor when they come forward. Then it goes to confidentiality, making sure that they're able to disclose and that it's in a safe environment. And it's also important that there is a plan for schools or workplaces, a plan for disclosure and reporting, and that everyone understands the plan and knows it. And then also having the resources available so that if someone does come forward and says that they've been experienced sexual violence or sexual assault, sexual harassment, that there are the resources available for them to get the help that they need.
I appreciate your insight on this, Lakeisha Lockett with the Z Center. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And sharing this important information. And we do want to note the information's on your screen here. There's a spring luncheon with the Z Center. It's Rooted and Rising. It's Friday, May 8th at the Hilton Orrington Hotel in Evanston. Even if you can't attend, but you want to donate and you want to learn more, head to zcenter.org for more information.